Alright, so it's bump stop time. Adding the bump stops in the front for the 40s. Big Sauce, we have 3 inches of bump stop. It was almost not just enough, just barely. So hopefully 4 inches is going to be good this time around. Already got the front spring out. Did all the boring work already. Got the bolts, everything from Home Depot. Bump stops mocked up right here. Kind of drew a little outline, and then where I'm gonna draw this center punch. Usually when this side of the axle is stuffed up here, it's gonna be, this bump stop is gonna be sitting further towards this way. So we're probably gonna try to offset it a little bit this way instead of in the center. That way it doesn't slide off. It's probably just gonna be catching this edge right here. So yeah, we're gonna get the bump stops, drill those through, and then we're gonna try to put the bolts in after we finish drilling this hole. Really simple stuff here though. These are the hockey pucks that you can get off of Amazon. These are identical to metal cloak bump stops, pretty much. It's the same thing, same dimensions, 1 inch a piece. All does the same thing, they look the same. So we're just gonna be drilling a hole right here in the center, all the way through. What shouldn't take too long. All right, so both bump stop sets are in, both sides. Just finished up the passenger side right here. So while we are in here, we're gonna go ahead and do these Terraflex brake line anchors. Really simple. Bolts to the shock mount bolt right here. Then we're just gonna pop the brake line in, but basically I'm turning the steering wheel all the way driver, all the way passenger side, so we can kind of full cycle it to make sure that this is gonna have enough length here, have enough length here. Not gonna get caught in the coil, not gonna get caught in the wheel, anything like the shock. Make sure nothing's touching. So yeah, pretty much just cycle on that back and forth, and then we're gonna turn this back straight, secure it down with zip ties, and then be all done. Alright, so this is not going to be the most flex that we're going to be able to find, but this is a little bit of an idea just here in the driveway. So this side on the brake line looking good. Got plenty of line there. Well, I got line for days there, so that all looks pretty good. Let's see here, check the other side. So this is kind of a weird angle. Probably gonna be a little bit different. Probably gonna try to pull up on it going forwards this time, because we're probably gonna be closer to this bracket right here, which is gonna be good because we still have a couple more inches of room right there. All right, checking out the rear now. You could probably cut back, maybe sand that back with the flat disc a little bit more. Alrighty, so yeah, driver's side, rear, looking pretty good. Other than this brake line, obviously. Gotta get longer brake lines. You could probably play the guitar like that. Still have plenty of down travel, plenty of up travel over there. Let's see here, we got our electrical cable, nice and good. E-brake lines, those have plenty of room. Look at these joints here. Looks like they're flexing a little bit. You guys can see that, pretty nice. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and pull it up front ways and see what it's looking like. Alright, so this is here, pull it up on the front end, highest point we could find. Did not change on the front bump stop, you guys can see. We are still on it, and it's keeping it from hitting that. So I don't know, maybe we need to take the bump stop down 1/2 inch, or definitely not 1 inch, because that wouldn't be enough. But I mean, we're not hitting up there yet. I still think once we're actually out on the trail and the weight gets put on it, just kind of like flexing out in like a ditch where the back end's kind of putting weight on it too, it's probably gonna kind of sink in a little bit right there. But that is not bad, especially if you have like full metal tube fenders. It looks like the rear drive shaft might be contacting the gas tank, which is very common. Not sure how bad it is. Definitely contacting there, just a hair. Brake lines are gonna be sorted out fully here pretty soon. Okay, Alright, this is the view from the front right here. So we are barely clipping the grill, but it's alright. It's the back of the grill. Get some good lighting, you guys can see. We finished up the pinch seams here. You guys can get a really good look at how that was cut. Sanded down, all that reworked. Still need to take a little bit of acetone and just kind of clean up some areas because we did paint the rear fender wells here in the rear. Got a nice fresh coat, so it looks really good. Came out really clean. Matches the front now. Looks a ton better. So much cleaner. Pretty much just cleaned up the whole entire look. Gonna be really good for pictures and stuff like that, and just kind of helps focus the actual body of the Jeep. And little update on Noctis here. We got those Curry diff covers. Got it all painted up, different color, leaving the inside red obviously because you won't see it. But yeah, we are in the process right now of getting all the mating surfaces clean, adding a new seal, and then pretty much just lining it up to bolt it on. Alright, so Blake got these LED bulbs. They just plug into the stock headlight housings. See if you guys can see that. Yeah, they were on Amazon for like 30 bucks. They're really nice quality looking. They've got like little fans on the back of them too, so that's pretty cool. Now we got some LED headlights. Should match the pods and all that with the lighting. Got the new JKU. Big Sauce got the old Jeep. You guys haven't seen it in a while, ever since we sold it. This is it now. It's got the 37 Nitto Trug rapplers, and then obviously the race lines. All right, so we got a ticket for some stuff on the Jeep having to do with the tail light. We're gonna put the tail lights that came with the Jeep back on it until we can do some flush mounts. I'm not even sure. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna stay in there. We're gonna unplug it right here though. Oh, look at all that mud coming out. It's slapped in the mud. Check that out. Oh yeah, that's what it's gonna look like once the flush mounts are in. It's gonna be all closed up. It'll look pretty cool. But it's we're legal now, so yeah, that's what they look like. Went with red LEDs, not too bad. So cleaning up after all this mud, a couple trips, pretty much just kind of overlapping each other. Just did your basic, you know, getting all the main mud off pretty thoroughly. But now is the kind of time I'm probably going to try to chill out on the mud a little bit. So I'm going to take out the inner fenders, just pop them out real quick. Just a few bolts with the 10 mil. Already got them out. So I got one here. I left that one out, and the main one right there. Yeah, it's pretty much just slides right out. So gonna get a nice good clean in there with some degreaser. Pressure wash it all out. Get it a good rinse. And then hopefully we'll be nice and detailed here, getting ready for spring. Alrighty, so everything is pressure washed and rinsed out. Pretty much got on top of the Jeep and rinsed it out from top to bottom, underneath. Pretty much just kind of crawled underneath and pretty much every angle. But yeah, inner fenders taken out kind of helped a little bit, get everything nice and rinsed out. Up here in the front, everything underneath is good. Tires are 100% pressure washed. Now they just need some tire shine to just really, if I wanted to detail them completely, but might be switching up the tops here soon, going to back to the twill top. But yeah, you guys can see how the paint changes colors here in the sunlight. It's almost like an olive, like yellow tan color almost. Looks pretty cool. But we're about to do like a hand wash on it, probably get the foam cannon out or something, and then just kind of pretty much clean up all the mud residue that's all over the body. All right, so I got all the soap off of the body for the most part. I'm gonna do a little bit of fine tuning, a little extra drying with some clean microfibers, but yeah, paint is now clean for once in a little while after going off-road so much. But undercarriage is pretty clean. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Obviously it's not 100%, that just kind of happens over time, but for the most part, the majority, you guys can see here without the inner fenders here. Check out the old engine bay, pretty much nice and clean. All of that should be good to work on in the future. Probably gonna stay out of any type of serious mud. There wasn't really much in there, just kind of here and there a little bit, kind of dusty and grimy just from over the years, from never being cleaned before. Just kind of like how we clean the engine bay from the top when we first got the Jeep. Yeah, the suspension, all that good stuff is nice and clean and rinsed out. Nice and healthy, easy to work on. Looks good, nice and functional. Should feel pretty good when we drive it. That's probably a mental thing though. All right, so everything is getting finished up being cleaned, outside, inside, underneath. Pretty much got everything dialed in. All I gotta do is add some shine. Probably gonna do that tomorrow whenever I have time. But yeah, got the wheels all cleaned up, got those nice and clean. Probably gonna do some painting on those here eventually. Not sure if we're gonna do the rings here or if we're gonna paint inside the wheels to match the paint. Not really 100% sure what we're gonna decide on there, but gonna be staying out of the mud here for a while. We did check all the engine oil, trans fluid, diff fluid. That's all good. I'm gonna be changing the diff fluid here soon anyways. Also got the interior cleaned. I didn't rinse out the floors, obviously, because there's no carpet in there, but I got the seats all cleaned up. Got them all vacuumed, nice and clean. Got all the door seals nice and clean as well on the top, so make sure that's gonna seal really good on all 4 doors. So took care of that. The antenna that came with the Jeep, antenna X, whatever, that it kind of fell out, and that this was pretty rusty. The threads were, had a lot of rusty water in it. Set the pressure washer in it for a while, get it nice and rinsed out.